Hello everyone. Today with the molecular biology we come to the topic that is regulation of gene expression, and today we will see in only prokaryote. In the next lecture we will see about the eukaryotes. So regulation of gene expression in prokaryotes. Types of gene regulation. Now gene there are two types of gene regulation, that is positive and negative regulation. When the expression of genetic information is quantitatively increased by the presence of specific regulatory element, such a regulation is known as positive regulation. The element or molecule mediating the positing regulation is said to be an activator or inducer. When the expression of genetic information is reduced or diminished by the presence of specific regulatory element, such regulation is known as negative, and the element editing negative regulation are known as repressors. Now the type of gene. There are two types of gene: inducible gene and constitutive genes. Inducible genes are expressed only when a specific positive regulatory substance, that is inducer or activator, is present. When repressor, when the production of the enzyme, you can see the example that production of an enzyme beta galactosidase is induced by the presence of lactose in the prokaryotes, or insulin is an inducer of gene glucokinase of glycolysis in human beings. Now constitutive genes, they are also known as housekeeping genes. These are those genes whose expression is not regulated. They are not regulated, they are expressed constantly. Now regulation of gene expression in prokaryotes. They have a simple mechanism of coordinating the regulation of genes. The genes are clustered on the chromosome and in prokaryote transcribed together. In these, genes involved in the metabolic pathway are often present in linear fashion, that is known as operon. They are of three here we have seen, that is lactose operon, arabinose operon and galactose operon. And operon can be regulated by a single promoter or a regulatory region. The cistron is the smallest unit of genetic expression. A single messenger RNA that encodes more than one protein is known as polycistronic messenger RNA. Example, the polycistronic lac operon or messenger RNA is translated into three different proteins. Operons and polycistronic messenger RNA is occurred in prokaryotes but not in eukaryotes. Now this is the diagram of operon. This is an operon which has many regulatory genes, like regulatory gene is I gene, whereas control site are P where promoter binds, and operator site where the repressor protein binds. And the structural genes are Z, Y and A, which transcribe for different proteins. For Z is transcribing or translating into beta galactosidase, Y into permease and A into trans-acetylase. Then from this regulatory gene, it produces first messenger RNA. That messenger RNA produces repressor protein. So this is the lac operon system. Now lactose operon or lac operon, it was first given by Jacob and Monod in 1961. They first described the operon model, that is for the regulation of lactose metabolism by the intestinal bacterium E. coli. Lac operon is a coordinated unit of gene expression to make the enzymes necessary to metabolize lactose. Now structure of lac operon. It is a region of DNA in the genome that contains the following genetic elements. The number one is regulatory gene. We have seen that LAC-I. which produces a repressor protein. A promoter site P we have seen, where the catabolite activator protein binding site or CAP site. It also contains two specific regions. RNA polymerase entry site, that is also known as, to which RNA polymerase first becomes bound. And operator site, that is O site, it is a regulatory protein called as lac repressor binds, where the regulatory protein lac repressor binds to the site and blocks the initiation of transcription. Three structural genes are there. We have already seen Z, Y and A, that codes for beta galactosidase, permease and trans-acetylase. Then beta galactosidase, it hydrolyzes lactose to produce galactose and glucose. Permease is responsible for the transport of lactose across the bacterial cell membrane, and trans-acetylase plays an important role in detoxification of compounds that also may be transported by the permease. This genetic arrangement of structural gene and their regulatory gene allows for the coordinated expression of three enzymes with lactose. Now regulation of lac operon, it is regulated by three processes: negative regulation by lac repressor, positive regulation by induction, that is inducer, and positive control by catabolite repression. First, negative regulation, it is in presence of lactose and absence of lactose and presence of glucose. This second, positive regulation by inducer, it is in the presence of lactose and absence of glucose, reverse of the first. Then positive control by catabolic repression, it is in presence of both glucose and lactose. Now we come to the next, that is negative regulation by lac repressor in absence of lactose and in presence of glucose. So in absence of glucose, bacteria E. coli depends on the glucose only. However, if this glucose is absent, they use lactose for the energy purpose, and this the cell has no need for the production of beta galactosidase and galactosidase permease. Hence, regulatory molecule, the lac repressor, prevents expression of lac operon in absence of lactose. In the absence of lactose, this repressor protein can bind to the operator and prevent the binding of RNA polymerase for the transcription process. So you can see the diagram. Here this repressor protein is synthesized by I regulatory gene. This I gene produces repressor protein. This repressor protein now binds to the operator side. On binding this RNA polymerase cannot now bind here, and that's why it prevents the transcription of Z, Y and A gene into messenger RNA. So there is no synthesis of all the three enzymes. The positive regulation, now positive regulation by induction when there is presence of lactose and absence of glucose. In presence of lactose and absence of glucose in medium, lactose acts as an inducer. It binds to repressor protein and it activates it. The inactive repressor no longer binds to the operator. RNA polymerase now can bind to the promoter and transcribe the three structural genes of the operon. The result is the continued production of enzyme needed for the metabolism of lactose. So for the metabolism of lactose, now the CAP-C cyclic AMP complex is formed, which now promotes the formation or synthesis of this. It produces the inducer repressor complex and converts this repressor protein into inactive protein, and it now does not bind to the operator region, and hence the synthesis of polycistronic messenger RNA is synthesized, and which produces beta galactosidase, permease and trans-acetylase. And now positive control by catabolite repression. in presence of both glucose and lactose. The third condition, the level of cyclic AMP is inversely linked to the level of glucose. As glucose level decreases, cyclic AMP level increases. So in presence of cyclic AMP, a complex of cyclic AMP cap forms which binds to the cap binding site or binding site O promoter, stimulating the binding of RNA polymerase to the promoter, and transcription occurs. Whereas in the second condition, when glucose level increases, this cyclic AMP level decreases, and in the absence of cyclic AMP, cap does not bind to cap binding site of the promoter and transcription does not occur. Thus, the enzymes of metabolism of lactose are not produced if cells have an adequate supply of glucose, even if the alternate energy source lactose is present at very high level. Thank you very much. So you can see the references are Pankaja Nayak, and you can also watch my another video on the same with NEET PG questions. Thank you.